PagerDuty goes off at 2 a.m. I know, that's painful. Checkout service is failing. Customer cannot complete their purchase. What is the first thing you do? Most engineers immediately start typing like kubectl command da. I don't. Before I touch Kubernetes, I want to reduce uncertainty. Let me show you how I think during a real incident. Before we jump into the demo, if you like these kind of practical DevOps and SRE content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. Every new subscriber gives me the confidence to keep making more videos like these. Thank you so much for your support. Let's get started. All right, folks, let's start. But before we jump into the demo, I just want to show you that this is my GitHub profile, and this is the repo that I have, kate/lab. So I'm going to just copy paste the command or the file from here. So if you guys wonder that where just get those files, they're all stored here. So, and you can just go ahead, and if you want to just run the demo by yourself, you can just go here and just use them. I just put everything here by the name, so make it super easy for you guys. All right, so this is my my demo files, and you can just go ahead and use them. Now let's jump into the demo. Okay, so first I just want to show you that I have one load generator to make our demo much easier and smoother. So if I want to show you, this is just confirm that we get 500 error a lot. Okay, so our service just give us 500. Okay, now let me stop that, clear the page. All right, so that's interesting. The application is responding, but every request return 500. Okay, that's already, we know that. So that actually tell me just something suspicious. The traffic is reaching the application. So this probably isn't a completely kind of like a network outage. So we know that we get 500. Okay, my first question is simple. What is actually broken? Is it done? Is it slow? Or is it returning errors? Those are very different incidents. Let me just first make sure about our cluster. How can I do that? Simple kubectl get node. So as you can see here, we have a small cluster, one control plane, 2 worker, and they're all ready. Okay, and they have Kubernetes version 1.36.1, which is fairly new as of this recording. Okay, and everything looks normal. Okay, so what we know that we know the cluster look healthy. Okay, I can probably eliminate the Kubernetes itself. That doesn't mean that the application is healthy, the cluster is healthy. Okay, so it only means that the platform that we are using, which is Kubernetes, it's responding. Okay, what's going to be the next step? The next step, I'm going to check the pod. I'm sure about the node. Now I'm going to check the pod. Let's take a look at the pod. I'm going to just type kubectl, and the namespace I use is SRE demo. And I want to just set, just give me the pod. All right, what we have here, we have a checkout API, we have load generator, we already saw the result, and we have Redis, and it's image pool backoff. Okay, so this is image pool backoff. You can just imagine it anything else. All right, so use your imagination. I just want to show you the process and basically what's the thought process of the senior or principal engineer. Okay, instead of just jumping on kubectl blah blah blah, just memorizing all the command, I just want to show the flow, how we can just go one step at a time. All right, this is interesting, but I don't stop here. I've seen plenty of incidents where a failing pod wasn't the real problem. Okay, that wasn't the actual cause of the problem. So let's just keep gathering the evidence. All right, what's going to be the next step? The next step, I'm going to take a look at the history of deployments. Okay, to see if there is any recent deployment happening. How can I do that? It's very easy. kubectl-end, which is SRE demo, and it's rollout history, and I'm going to take a look at the deployment for Redis. Why for Redis?
Check it out.
This is my phone. No, thank you. All right, so why Redis? Because this is the service that's failing, right? So I'm going to take a look at that. Okay, what we have here, we have 2 different deploy. The first one is working, and the number 2 is a bad deployment, wrong Redis image tag. It's super clear, right? So Now, my next question is, okay, what's changed? Most production incidents happen after one change, after a deployment, pushing something, or like, a deployment or a configuration update or a secret rotation. So time in the incident, it's super important. So we should just, reducing the time for troubleshooting. All right. So next, I'm going to take a look at the service to see how it looks like. How can I do that? kubectl -n SRE demo get SVC. So by now you probably said, okay, Abe, it's super clear that the Redis image, something goes wrong with the Redis image. Just go and change that and boom, done, right? But what happened if that image goes and like had any effect on the another dependency service? We don't know yet, right? So we are going to make sure that, okay, we found some problem. We just want to check anything else to make sure that everything is working. Then we are going to fix that. That's the plan. So by the service, what we have here, this service has the endpoint, right? It's here. We have the endpoint, and which means that traffic is successfully reaching the application pod. Okay, so that's one basically more possible elimination. So we can just get rid of the service in our troubleshooting. Okay, what's going to be next? The next, I'm going to take a look at the logs. Log for what? For checkout API. But wait, the Redis is failing. What's happened to the checkout? Well, the Redis is the dependency service of the checkout, right? So now we are going to check out, we are going to check the checkout log. So how can I do that? kubectl -n, what was the SRE demo? And I'm going to say logs, deploy, and what deploy? Checkout -API. Okay, hold on. kubectl and not DRE, SRE. All right. So what we get here, we get some 200, but we get some 500 as well. Okay. So it confirmed that there is something goes wrong on the checkout API as well. So now things are just getting more clear. So checkout isn't failing by itself, right? As I just mentioned, checkout depend on the Redis. So that's failing, and that caused the failing on the checkout as well. So whenever an application depends on another service, I always verify the dependency. Either it's Redis or the MySQL, any kind of SQL, any kind of backend or database, that should be checked. All right. Now, okay, let me show you another thing here. kubectl. I'm going to just say -n SRE demo, and I'm going to basically describe pod -l, which is for the label. And what's the label? The Redis. Okay. And it just gives us more clue. Okay. There it is. And as you can see, the image, where is it? Image pull backup, it's waiting. And if you just take a look at these two, so the container is not created yet. Okay. That give us the clear vision that what's happening. Another thing, error image pull backup. So now we know what's happening. And if you take a look at here, pulling image, Redis, this tag does not exist. This is not a real tag, right? This is something that just created for this demo, but it just show you that, okay, there is something goes wrong here. Okay. And if you take a look at, should be somewhere, right here, image, you can just check it here as well. So you can see that Redis. So here should be something like final or like, 5, 6, 7, any number here, but this tag does not exist. I mean, this is like lame. This is obvious. But if you see something like that little suspicious, just Google it. Ask ChatGPT that, okay, this is valid or no. And based on what we are seeing here, there's clearly something goes wrong with the image. Okay. So now let's fix that. How we can fix it? Because of sake of demo, I just don't, go and change the YAML file, put the CI/CD. I just want to go do that on the live. So kubectl -n, is it SRE demo? And I'm going to just simply edit deployment Redis. All right. So if I go down under the spec, if I go down under the template, if I go down, you will see container, and the first thing, it's image. Okay. So this is clearly not a real image. So I'm going to just remove that, and I'm going to use, let's see what's the latest one. Let's use 7 I'm going to use 7 Alpine. Okay, so I'm going to say 7 dash Alpine. Alpine is right? Alpine. Yeah, I guess that's correct. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest of them. It looks good. Yeah, everything looks good. And we have just only one replica. Okay, so now I'm going to save that. All right, now what's next? So next, I'm going to check the rollout status. How can I do that? Let me just clear that. Okay, kubectl -n SRE demo. Okay, I'm going to say rollout, and I'm going to say status, and I'm going to say deployment. Oh, wait. And deployment, and I'm going to say Redis. All right. So that's all we want. All right. So it usually in the production takes a little while. All right. So now let's take a look at the load generator one more time. kubectl, and the namespace is, what's that? SRE-demo. And I'm going to take a log for what? For deploy and load generator. Okay, like that. Okay. And let's -F to just see it live. Okay, what we are seeing here, all those 500 just changed to 200, which means like everything's okay. So it means that we just fixed that. And this is another proof. If I'm going to take a look at the kubectl, the -n SRE demo, and I'm going to say show us the pod. So as you can see, there's a 122nd that the Redis server, the Redis server is just running. Okay, we don't see any image pullback off here or any kind of error. All the status is running. Everything is happy. So the incident is fixed. But the important part isn't the fix the incident. Okay, the important part is how we basically arrived here. All the chart that we just followed, that first this, then this, then this. Okay, so this is basically the map I'm always follow. So what is actually broken? This is the first thing I should know about that. Sometimes you just jump into the incident and you don't know what's happening, and you just, okay, let me just do kubectl, just get pod. All right, okay, now deployment, now services. First, you need to know this is demo, so this is like very silly, like, you know, simple, right? But in the real production, it's gonna be super complex. So first, you should know, like, crystal clear that what's happening. Okay, can I just eliminate the platform and just get rid of that? Or let's say, what's the change recently? This is the question you should ask other like department, like other DevX department, other SRE, or the service owner or the actual developers. It's like, okay, what's happened recently? Any deployment? Okay, is the traffic reaching the application? That's super important. Okay, sometimes the traffic is not even reach the application, and that's completely different story. Okay, so what do the application logs say? So log is always the source of truth. Log, but you don't need to just jump into the log straightforward. First, you need to just get some gathering, clear your thought, and then check out the log for the basically verification, for just confirming that, okay, the log is saying that everything is like super clear now. And what dependency does the application relays on? Is it the web? And the web is a relay on the database, or is it Redis, or anything else? All right. And the last one is, do I have enough evidence to prove the root cause? Okay. You probably say, I'm guessing that database is the issue. You're probably right, but there is no evidence to show that. Okay. So you should have enough evidence for like the root cause analysis meeting you're gonna have after the incident, or for just yourself, or like for the VP of the department to show that, okay, this is evidence. Now I'm 100% sure that this is the issue. And by fixing that, we can just fix the incident. All right, that's it for the demo. But the important part is that imagine you are a packet. Okay, you are not, but imagine you are a packet, and a customer just click checkout. So the request first reach the load balancer. Okay, so from the internet goes to the load balancer. From the load balancer, it goes to the ingress. From the ingress, it goes to the checkout service. Look at here, you just reach to the checkout service. Okay, and after checkout service, it goes and basically reach to the checkout API if there is any checkout API pod. And after API pod, it goes and reach to the Redis. So you see how many steps it goes down to reach to the Redis. Okay, so you always should have in your mind that, okay, what's the architecture of my system and what's the hierarchy? Like, imagine just everything, like when there's an incident happen, you need to put yourself as a packet. Okay, how I travel from the internet to reach out to the service that's failing. Okay, then you can easily troubleshoot that service or application or API or whatever it is. Notice something here. We didn't randomly jump between commands. Every command answered the question. So that's how senior engineers troubleshoot. Not by just memorizing kubectl, blah, 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 but by reducing uncertainty one question at a time. All right, I don't have any more thing to add, so that's it. I will see you on the next video. Till then, have fun.